Hey, I'm in the room with Snubby J today. How's it going, Snubby?
I'm great. How's everyone else doing?
Everyone's doing good. Summit's going good so far. I'm
Love
Alan
it.
Dick, one of the co-founders here at Commerce Next. I am in the room live and direct with Snubby J, the king of the Rimba Tubes. How are you doing, sir? Feeling good? Feeling pumped?
So good.
Why don't you give us a flourish? Why don't you tell us? Just do it. Just bang it out. Do it. Hit me with it.
Absolutely. We got the Rimba tubes right here.
You got the Rimba Tubes right there. That's fantastic, man. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm not going to hog up a lot of your time. I'm certain the people have some questions. How does a man? So I'll ask one. How does a man decide as an adult that banging on plastic PVC pipe with a rubber mallet is 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 what they want to do as a career?
I was just a big fan of Blue Man Group growing up, but honestly, I think it's just a lot of fun to share music, and especially in this realm right now where we're all digital, like the tubes are kind of like the wires and connections of everything, so it just makes sense.
Far out. So here's what's happening. Everyone that's watching this, please. Snubby can take requests. You can ask him questions. You've got like what 1.5 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah, we just passed that threshold.
That's fantastic. All right, man. Well, I'm going to let you take over from here.
Let's
It's
do
all
it.
yours. You got a half an hour to roll.
Thank you. Yes, everyone, we have 30 minutes right now just to make some music, have some fun, break up our day a little bit. I've got the Rimba tubes here with me. This is a homemade PVC pipe instrument made out of plumbing tubes. I'll give you a little sample with an original song. And if you have any requests, oh yeah, we'll keep knocking it out. Here we go! Yes! How we
Man,
sounding?
the
How
myth,
we
the
doing,
legend.
everyone?
The man, the myth, the legend. So you're not just just banging the tubes to bang the tubes. You can actually do classic, can't you?
Yeah, I do a whole repertoire, so I'm loving. I've seen Nirvana, I've seen LCD Sound System. Keep suggesting those. But yes, I grew up playing piano, and so any of you who are musicians yourselves, you can see it's set up like a piano. I've got the white keys and the black keys, so that I can take songs like. For Elise by Beethoven. And so, that whole repertoire of things is what makes it special, is it kind of crosses all genres, right? You got stuff like 80s music. Take on Me by Aha. Or
Nice.
video game music. I don't know if you're a fan of any video games, Alan.
I used to play them as a kid, but I don't remember any of them. I mean, Pac-Man. I mean, no, I'm dating.
Pac-Man. Oh, well, like Pac-Man. I grew up on Mario, so you got stuff like. Or like Tetris even. So I'm just a nerd in that way. I kind of go bounce around between all the things. Let's see what else we
All
got.
right. Here's one for you. The request from Herschel Thompson. Hey, Herschel, good to see you again, brother. Do it.
Free Bird. I don't know a wider shade of pale. I'll have to look at that up. But Free Bird is one of the classics. I just only know the intro of the. Get the lighters out, your cell phones, and just surf back and forth. I'm trying to think of LCD sound system if I know any on the tubes. Like All My Friends is one of my all-time favorite songs. I've just never thought to try to play it on here. So next week, well, any things I can't play this week, I'll have to save for next Wednesday when I'm back again. And Nirvana as well. I know a couple Foo Fighters songs in conjunction with some others, but I'll have to learn some classic Nirvana as well. But thank you guys. Yeah, keep bringing these requests. We can keep rocking it out.
Hey, I got a question for you, Snubby.
Yeah.
So when we were practicing, I just threw this out, and I actually was really impressed with how you did it. I asked you to play Amazing Grace, just as a lark, and it really sounded good.
Thank you. That is one I never officially played, but let's see if I can pull it out again. It's a little gentler.
Here's a classic, Scott Abelman. Thanks for writing this one. Hail to the Chief.
I don't know. It'd be so appropriate today, right? Well, we can do a little the Star Spangled Banner at least. I think I learned that like 10 years ago and haven't played it since. So thank you guys. I told you it's very appropriate for today. Let's see. See more requests.
This is Alan Dick of Commerce Next. I'm here with Snubby J. We're having some people joining us a little late. Mike Bibby, good to see you, sir, was asking, how exactly, what are these devices? So let's refresh the audience.
Yes, and Scott, thank you for filling in. These are the Rimba tubes. I was inspired by the Blue Man Group. They've got shows in New York, Vegas, all over the world. And I was inspired by them by setting up like a piano. So I can take songs that even simple as... it's a live show. Normally I can bring one of you guys up and I can teach you a song, and together we could play something like... That seemed complicated, but I can actually teach that to somebody. So I'm seeing a lot more requests. Prince, I gotta learn some Prince. But we saw, what was the one right before then? I saw Game of Thrones. I don't know if any Game of Thrones fans out there, at least in the earlier seasons. I did just relearn this one the other day. So let's see. Thank you guys for all these requests. Oh, some Queen though. Oh, we could pull out some Queen. I don't know if anyone is a fan of Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know if you guys want to indulge me. I have a full rendition of that song because I consider that to be the greatest song of all times. I'm gonna have to be making all these notes too. Maybe Alan, I could have your help with. Remember, I gotta learn some Prince. I gotta learn some Nirvana and LCD Sound System by next week. Which
Yeah, I'll give you all those.
I think I can remember those to do that. But Queen, I don't know if anyone. Alan, would you be interested in hearing Bohemian Rhapsody? Otherwise, we can do like a shorter tune so we can get through some more covers.
How about the first couple of minutes of it? Bohemian Rhapsody is quite long.
Is quite long.
And
Let's do it.
Dana, I'm not trying to harsh your mellow there, Dana. But maybe some of the, a part of it.
And Mike, I'll show you a shot. Well, let me show you a shot right now, and then we'll get into this. It's a little hard to see because it's such a limited range right now with the camera view. But if I pan down, you can actually see all these pipes connect down below. And so it's a lot more prettier than just all you can see on the screen. But all these are open-ended pipes set to different lengths. And fortunately, they're all glued in brace. So when I'm playing, they don't typically fall apart, but they hold them their own. And that way I can just take a barbecue grill cover off and just start playing right away. Let me
you got to push that up there.
But it's a homemade instrument, so that's what's fun about it is, I was able to design it exactly to my needs. My dad and I built it so it could fit into my mama minivan, really, was the goal of it. And that way, I could take it to school down in California when I moved down here originally. And all that since then. So, yeah, Scott, I've got actually 3 different sets. I have one in Oregon that's like the big one. This is my more portable set, and then I literally have one that fits in suitcases, so I can like travel the world. And before COVID, it was bouncing all around. But I think we should get some more music going. So those of you guys just tuning in, I'm Snubby J. This is the Rimba Tubes. This little piece is a short version of Bohemian Rhapsody, which has all the crazy vocal parts and the drums and stuff. I have only the 2 paddles. So my rendition, I like to call Bohemian Pipesody. Enjoy. all sing along with the oh yeah, oh yeah. We'll end it there. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, Bohemian Pipesody. My apologies.
Clearly, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. I'm bowing to you right now. I will not. I will not
Alan.
be on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, that's the great thing is I cleared out our Home Depot, our Lowe's, our Ace Hardware, especially all the pipe elbows. So those of you who understand the plumbing side of it, it's like, it really is just a bunch of different pipes glued together, and all those elbows, usually you only need like one or two for like a construction project. I was buying them by the box load, and we think Homeland Security was probably watching us for a little while there.
Yeah. Are they different diameters, Snubby? Or are they the same diameter, different lengths?
All same diameter in this case, so like the shorter the pipes up here, you can't really see it as well, but like they are super, super, super short. And then the ones down here are at least like almost 10 feet, I would say, for the low A I've got. But there are ways, yeah, if you kind of convert them, you could have like a thicker tube and get a much more resonant sound as well.
It's interesting. Is it all like trial and error when you put this together? Do you assemble a length and go, all right, that's the A, and so on and so forth?
Definitely trial and error method. I was using my ear originally, and eventually got a little chromatic tuner, and what we do is just like listen to it, check to see if it's flat, and then we would take the pipe off, go over to a chop saw, cut off a tiny sliver, plop it back on, and it would sound higher, and we're like, oh, that's a little too short. Then we'd have to get a whole new pipe and start all over again. But that's part of the experience of it, and fortunately it's not like a guitar where you have to retune it constantly. It's set, it's done, and I can just start playing.
So talk to us about the depth of your Stones repertoire. I mean, really, there's two types of people in the world: those who realize that the Rolling Stones are the greatest band that ever lived, and then those that are wrong. So clearly,
I mean, yes. I actually had the luxury, the privilege of traveling to Singapore last year for the Formula One concerts, and I went with my friend who plays harp, and we had a whole rendition of Paint It Black, which I don't think I could kind of do a small snippet on my own, but I think the full arrangement is better with her. So let's see if I can even remember it. Hey,
I just wanted to ask you a question. So this is a marketing conference, and
Yes.
When we were chatting before we went on stage, or we were doing the prep for this, you were talking about how kind of TikTok surprised you. Do you want to talk a little bit about, what social media is, as from an influencer side,
Yes, let me pull down a spreadsheet here. We'll talk about how social media as a whole works. No, it's funny because I started on YouTube back in the early days of 2007, I think is when I joined. So I've been doing that for like 14 years and had some success going with some couple viral videos and weekly content. And then as quarantine was happening, I learned about TikTok. I don't know if anyone else is on TikTok, but it is a whole wild west of a social media platform right now. A lot of organic growth, kind of like LinkedIn, but for even more ages and obviously a younger generation. So it's been fun for me because here I am doing this stuff as my career, and I could just plop up a tiny, small, vertical video, and it could go viral like that. And I've had the privilege of getting over 1 million followers in less than a year just playing my instruments. And especially this holiday season, I had a cover of Crazy Train that went viral, and people were using gift wrap tubes. So if you can imagine, like, you know, what you would wrap your presents in, just those things, and they would just be playing along to the song using that sound for their own storytelling. So it's really cool in that way, where I feel like I'm able to share my talents in the world and receive that love back, but also to see the creative inspiration others are having through this outreach. So I have no idea where it's going or what it is, but I'm starting to do sponsorships, and it's been a lot of fun. And that's, I think, what we need in the world right now, is just some fun, positive, affirmative energy. So I'm glad I can be a part of that.
Yeah, that's cool. I was wondering, so from your standpoint, I mean,
Yes.
we're all kind of this is a group of retailers and brands, and kind of on that side of it. But as a content creator, is there any way these guys should be approaching you? Have you had, like, I'm just kind of curious how you see it from your side. Are you getting more and more requests? What are the nature of those requests? Are the requests that are good or bad? Just kind of like you to dive into that a bit.
Absolutely. And it's definitely all across the board, right? Doing professional events as this is, to doing small collaborations with other creators. Obviously, on the brand side, it's nice when brands approach us, because there's an interest in that kind of give and take there. Obviously, it's nice when there's some like long-term benefits of it. So multiple videos is, I think, really helpful. Either the brand has got like a promo code that's exclusive that our followers can go to. Just incentives for us to get people engaged, to click through for your products. And I don't know, it's appropriate when it's like, I've done a lot of like drink collaborations where I can just have it on the table and I can literally be, drinking out of my cup, playing with one hand, and to be able to have that authentic integration with a product that feels like something I would have in my normal life. It's always nice when those brands reach out to me, because I've reached out to brands too, but as a creator, it's not as easy to be able to have that kind of communication with them directly. I don't know. Does that answer your question, Alan?
Yes, yeah, it does. It does.
It's a whole new.
Interesting.
The finances of that and like what the deal is, it's all scattered, and I think that's what's nice about it, is we're kind of all figuring it out together.
I think next week I want to show some of the clips of the YouTube videos that you do, where you actually superimpose yourself over the screen multiple times. And
Yeah,
it's
I got my clone playing with me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's fun.
yeah,
I wish I had my clone here with me, but yes, it would take a lot more special effects.
yeah. We're not at that level here yet. But I think some of those are really interesting because they're very polished. Do you do those all on your own, or do you hire someone to come in there and help you with the?
Yeah,
the
I started out kind of as a video nerd. I was doing a lot of stop motion animations. I had like little Legos. As some of you saw earlier, I'm inspired by the Blue Man Group, and I had like a Blue Man Group Lego animation. That was like my first somewhat viral video with the Blue Man community. So I think I just was able to take those skills and apply it to my thing, and still challenge myself more and more. There's like different techniques for cloning yourself, whether it's green screen versus split screen, rotoscoping. And so I've had fun with, people challenging me with song requests, and then I'm like, oh, how do we figure out how to do this with me, or with a twin, or with a triplet? I've done videos up to like 6 clones of myself before, playing ukulele and drums and other things. So it's always an explorative process. But yeah, we'll have to pull up a couple clips and share it next time.
Yeah, I thought those are real clever. I think I wanna take a look at those. We are almost out of time here. Is there any song that you wanna wrap up with before we call it a day here?
We were talking about it. I think Crazy Train would be an appropriate one.
Oh, I
And
think
shout out to Gilbert. Yeah, grandfather made a living playing the marimba. That's amazing. Obviously part of my inspiration, growing up playing piano and trying the marimbas out in school. This is essentially a marimba, but just with these bigger foam paddles and just a different technique. So your grandfather would have picked it up real easily. That's for sure. Well, yeah, let's close it out. And then if you guys have any thoughts of other song requests, next week I'll be back on Wednesday at lunchtime again. So please come back around. Cool?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one, the only, the incomparable Snubby J with Crazy Train.
Crazy Train. This is the viral sound. This is one of my favorites to pull out. Thank you guys for being here. Here's Crazy Train.
Well done, sir. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you all so much. See you in the next couple weeks.